Have you ever noticed how some people celebrate their birthdays with extravagant parties, abundant selfies, and an outpouring of well wishes from everyone they know, while others treat the day like any other? No cake, no social media posts, no celebrations, just another ordinary day? Why is that? What causes some people to view their birthday as just a regular day? Is it sadness, maturity, or something more profound in their psychology? Stick around till the end. Understanding this might reveal something about you. When celebration turns into disappointment, for some, the story begins in childhood. Perhaps they had a birthday that they eagerly anticipated, but no one showed up. Friends forgot, or family members were too busy. The decorations remained untouched, and the candles were never lit. After a few birthdays like that, something changes inside. You stop expecting excitement because excitement often leads to disappointment. Psychologists refer to this as learned helplessness, when your brain learns that trying doesn't change the outcome, so it stops trying altogether. In this scenario, the mind begins to protect itself by refusing to expect joy. You stop planning parties, you stop hinting that your birthday is approaching, and you convince yourself that it's just another day. But really, it's your brain's way of saying, I don't want to get hurt again. It's not that these individuals don't care. It's that caring too much once caused them pain. When life gets too busy to celebrate, some are constantly busy, juggling deadlines, family responsibilities, bills, and other demands. When their birthday arrives, they barely have time to acknowledge it. For these individuals, it's not about sadness. It's about being overwhelmed. Modern life can create what psychologists call time blindness, when your brain is so consumed with what's next that it stops fully experiencing the present moment. When your mind is always racing, special occasions blend into everyday routine. The result? Even your own birthday can feel like just another day on the calendar. These people aren't emotionless. They're caught up in the rhythm of daily life. They don't ignore the day, it just gets overshadowed by everything else that competes for their attention. Emotional independence and inner validation. There's a third group of people who choose not to celebrate their birthdays. They are aware of the day but don't feel the need for attention or gifts. This isn't sadness, it's emotional independence. These individuals have reached a point where they no longer need external validation to feel valuable. Their happiness does not depend on how many people remember their birthday or what gifts they receive. This mindset aligns with self-determination theory, which holds that true happiness comes from autonomy, mastery, and inner fulfillment. In simple terms, it means believing that I don't need external validation to feel valuable. So, when you encounter someone who treats their birthday like a regular day, it doesn't necessarily mean they're cold or distant. Instead, it may indicate that they have learned to find joy in quiet moments rather than in attention. The deeper meaning, peace over performance. In today's world, everything seems performative. People often share their highlight moments online, not always because they are genuinely happy, but because they want to appear happy. Birthdays have also turned into a performance, focusing on the perfect cake, caption, or social media post. However, many have grown tired of performing. They crave peace over performance. Instead of proclaiming, "Look how happy I am," it's not that they dislike attention. They have come to realize that attention is not the same as genuine affection. They would rather have one meaningful connection than receive 100 comments on a post. A shift in perspective, every day can be special. Interestingly, many people who treat their birthdays like a typical day carry this mindset into their lives. They don't wait for special occasions to feel good. Instead, they find small reasons to celebrate, whether it's a calm morning, a delicious meal, or a productive day. They have trained their minds to see every day as a gift, not just one day a year. When you live this way, your birthday doesn't need to be extraordinary because your life already is. Think about it. What's more powerful, celebrating one day with noise or celebrating 365 days with peace? The hidden strength behind not caring. People often misunderstand those who choose not to celebrate their birthdays. Many perceive it as cold, emotionless, or sad. However, that is not always the case. In fact, for some, it can be a sign of emotional maturity. When you no longer seek validation from others, you are functioning from a place of strength rather than sadness. Children often require praise to feel proud, while adults with high self-awareness can feel pride in silence. So when someone treats their birthday like any other day, it may indicate they have found inner peace, a peace that doesn't depend on balloons, attention, or applause. But it's not always about strength. It's important not to romanticize this idea entirely. Sometimes, skipping celebrations stems from past hurt rather than wisdom. Therefore, it is essential to be honest with yourself. Do you avoid celebrating birthdays because you genuinely no longer need validation? Or do you still feel unworthy at a deep level? The distinction may be subtle, but it is essential. True independence brings a sense of peace, while emotional suppression can lead to feelings of emptiness. If ignoring your birthday brings you peace, that reflects maturity. If it leaves you feeling sad, it indicates that healing is needed. How you celebrate reveals what you value. Your attitude towards birthdays reveals a lot about your relationship with yourself. Some people choose to celebrate loudly because they value connection, shared memories, and joy. Others prefer a quieter approach, valuing reflection, simplicity, and peace. Neither perspective is wrong. They are different expressions of the same desire to feel seen, alive, and at peace with who you are. Whether you blow out candles or spend the day reading a book alone, what truly matters is this: you are living another year, and that itself is a reason to be grateful. The balance between celebration and contentment. There exists a middle ground. You can appreciate your birthday without making it a grand event. You can acknowledge the day quietly, through a small gesture like enjoying a coffee, taking a walk, or writing in a journal, and then move on with your life. In fact, some of the most emotionally stable individuals practice this approach. They recognize the significance of the day, but do not feel the need for the world to notice them. Instead, they see themselves. In a society that craves attention, this self-awareness embodies a rare and admirable form of strength. The real question: what does your birthday mean to you? Perhaps the real question isn't, do you celebrate your birthday? Instead, it might be, what does your birthday represent to you? For some people, it's a day to reconnect with loved ones. For others, it serves as a reminder of personal growth. And for some, it's simply another opportunity to continue becoming who they are meant to be. Your birthday can act as a mirror. It reflects how you see yourself and how comfortable you are with where you currently are in life. If you feel content, you may not need fireworks to feel alive. If you're still healing, that's perfectly okay too. Growth doesn't always look like a celebration. Sometimes, it takes the form of quiet reflection. Final thought: finding celebration within. Whether you love birthdays or prefer to ignore them completely, what matters most is not letting the world define what celebration means to you. Some people find joy in noise, while others find it in silence. Both perspectives are valid and beautiful. The goal isn't to celebrate more, it's to cultivate gratitude. When you learn to honor yourself, not just your age, but also your progress, growth, and quiet strength, every day can feel like a birthday. So, perhaps those who treat their birthday like a regular day aren't missing out. Maybe they've already discovered something that many of us are still seeking: peace. What about you? Do you need a special day to feel special, or have you learned to celebrate life itself? If this has changed your perspective on birthdays, consider subscribing. We delve into topics like psychology, mindset,